on the interwebs? My name is Kotek, and today we will be watching Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm replay between our red Protoss in the upper right corner of the map playing for Team Dignitas. It is going to be Bling versus our yellow Zerg in the bottom left corner of the map playing for Team Current. It is going to be Vortix, or Vortex? I was about to say Vortex, but it is Vortix. Now the map is Daybreak, a map that is unfortunately not on the map pool, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think it is there anymore. Sad. It's actually kind of sad though, because it's such a good map. I'm not surprised that one of these players picked it, or like a tournament thingy Bobby was in the map pool. I think this is from the EMS thing. I'm not so sure what it was. Yeah, I think it is. Current versus Dignitas. I think it is. Something like the sorts. Now, Vortex and Bling, they're both really good players. We can probably expect something, you know, nice, especially with the time that this replay takes. Actually, not that long, but it's still pretty good. Now, we're seeing a pretty basic play from both players. Vortex going for the 15 pool. Yes, it is going to be, yes, a 15 pool first. And then he's gonna go for the hatchery second. It's a better. I think it's a nice choice versus a Protoss. I prefer that over the 15 hatch than a pool because it is safer. It is much safer to do this because you are more prepared from attacks that the Protoss may bring. Even if one queen a couple of seconds early, or a couple of Zerglings a couple seconds early, they may not seem like they do that much of a difference, but around the time that the Protoss attacks, you will have a larva inject more, and you'll be able to do more units, and that can just change a lot. So that actually just costs a bit, and it's just better to do this first. Now looking at Blink's side of things, we're just seeing some probing, actually from both players, probing, some droning, normal, getting the gateway, already having one gas, not two gas though, it's just going for one gas into expansion. Is this going to be an expansion? What is this cutting? No, it's actually going to go for expansion. We just want to make a pylon first already, so he can just not get supply block. We can just start it in time. The cybernetics core is about to be done. Getting two zealots already. This seems like a Wings of Liberty game without the what's it called? The Forge Fest expand. I think that kind of went away during the beginning of Heart of the Swarm. That kind of just toned down, and people just started doing gateways. Gateway into expand, and that just works. You don't need to do the Force Fast expand to actually beat a Zerg. You actually have the Mothership Core, so you can do a lot more aggression, and you're forced to keep the Zerg player on his tippy toes, which means the expansion doesn't have to be that early. Besides, with doing Force Fast expand, you just delayed your gateway timing a lot, and that's just not good versus the Zerg either. But it was the best choice back then, but now you can defend. Kind of a couple of things that happened that made the switch, and I'm actually not sure why, but I'm actually glad it did. Overlord here, what are you scouting for, little Overlord? I can't even zoom in on you. You're in the corner of the map. Let me zoom in! You won't let me. Now the Mothership Core with two Zealots are in front of Vortex's base, ready to attack. He's not going for the third expand. He is getting ready to defend, making Zerglings, making Queens. But the Zerglings, they're going to be no match for this. But the Queens might actually be able to fend off a bit, even with a couple more Zerglings. Yeah, because the Queens can just micro, no problem. The Creep Tumor just went down. That's 25 energy. Lost it for Vortex. That could be a larva inject. That could be 8 Zerglings, and that's quite a lot. Well, he does have the E-injects down, kinda. Now drones here were pulled back. He needs to be careful. Bling needs to be careful, but Vortex also needs to be careful. And Bling is just kind of wasting his Zealot here, trying to go for the drones. He was overcommitting. He could have killed the Zerglings and then gone for the drones. He could have done it, but since he just kept chasing the drones, then the Zealot just kept dying and taking damage, and that just didn't help at all. Getting the +1 attack already here in Bling's side of things. Getting chrono boosted, I think sometimes whenever he can, he is chrono boosting it. Already has warp gate 3 gateways at the moment. Can he actually force field this in time? Can he react in time? The Zerglings didn't even try to get in. They just stayed there. The pilot, can he actually leave the base? Not even sure. Alright, an hallucinated phoenix. But I think that Vortix knows it is an hallucinated phoenix. Now, what was he scouting for? I think he's scouting for a third expansion. But I don't think... Did he actually see this third expansion? No, he didn't. He has no clue that this even exists. He doesn't even have vision of that place. So pretty much, Bling could have just snuck that expansion in. It is more ahead than Vortex's expansion. Well, it's ahead of Vortex's third expansion. I'm getting the robotics facility double cannon here in the expansion just to be safe against Ling run by. That's not going to help him a lot, but it's still going to do a bit. Now the decreased thread is starting to develop really nicely. I just heard the host nation dying there a few moments ago. Now this game is looking pretty simple. 3 gateways or 5 gateways now with robotics facilities. Pretty much an immortal thingy style play, or maybe even rush to Colossus. And Roach Zergling here coming from Vortex, so it's pretty typical. Not going for the Mutalisks or anything. Oh, he's just going for this style of play, this more terrestrial side of play. Style of play, I mean, not side of play. Side of play is probably not even an expression. Yeah, expression. The Mothership Core here just taking out that Zergling. He has no vision. Vortex has no vision now what is going on around this side. All he knows is I'm gonna send some things in, and then the Mothership Core is gonna kill me. So I have to scout it really carefully. I have to see the vision. I instantly take out. Boom. That's all I can get. Now find the Mothership Core around. Will this be a base trade situation? This could be a base trade situation, but in case it is, Bling can defend these guys, while Vortex can kind of defend this pressure with these guys that are always being reinforced and being built. Oh, these. Wow, that's a lot of roaches. Yeah, I think that Bling can make a few force fields, but in the end, he actually just lost a sentry there. That's really bad damage, that really bad loss that he did. Sentries in this battle are pretty much key. Besides, they're also expensive. And oh my god, Vortex would have gotten a great concave, a really nice situation there if it weren't for the mass recall here from the Mothership Core. He managed to run away. Thought Consolidating made the gateway as well, but I don't think that Bling's gonna be able to defend against this. Vortex has a lot of roaches, a lot of Zerglings, and nothing here to defend. He's gonna a couple immortals. And wow, the rest of the army just clipped from both sides. One immortal here with the rest of the army over here, but I'm not sure. The force field here was pretty good for the Zerglings, but the rest of the army is taking damage, and the Zerglings still managed to pass through. Is this GG? Could it be? I think a lot of the army for Bling did get destroyed, but Vortex's army is still not completely winning. A lot of this army here, roaches just died. A lot of the sentry here did as well. Did a lot more reinforcement. Photon overcharge not doing anything. Zealots will not do that much, even though zealots are pretty good against roaches. Depends on the micro in question. This is not looking good for Bling. That's a lot of roaches. He cannot handle it. Even if that immortal comes out, it'll get sniped instantly. If the robotics facility doesn't get sniped first, which it will, even if it chrono boosts it, and GG, well, not GG, but well played here from Bling. Winning that game. Vortex did win that game. That was just some great roach Zergling aggression. And he knew Bling had stalkers, he had sentries, he had zealots. But he didn't have stalkers, and a couple later. And he didn't have immortals. So roaches and Zerglings were just key. They could just win. And he just took the opportunity, and it was clear that he had a great supply advantage. He wasn't focusing a lot on economy. Just enough to get that huge supply advantage with the army units, which was just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.